Today we'll be looking at the sampler plugin which comes with Reaper. Okay, it is the stock plugin which ships with Reaper when you download and install Reaper. And here in this project I have various tracks, okay, and they simply refer to various cases. Okay, for example, here are two cases, okay, case 1 and case 2 for drum, and here for piano. Okay, and here are some examples I'll be showing you. Okay, so let us open the sampler. So it is the REASAMPLOMATIC5000 sampler. Okay, and currently only one instance of this sampler is used, so only one you are looking, but you can use one or many instances of this sampler, okay, in this same track FX slot. Okay, we'll be looking at that also. So currently we'll be looking at only one instance of this sampler. Okay, so this is the sampler. Okay, and this is the GUI of the sampler, and let us look here. Here is option to reset, and here you don't have currently any preset now, so you will not see any preset. Okay, so if you make your adjustment here, and you can save your preset as well. Okay, like this you can save your preset or import like that. Okay, and here you can automate stops. Okay, I'll be talking about this parameter modulation stuff in another video. Okay, for now just ignore these. Okay, and this is the output. Okay, currently it is stereo output. Okay, but as soon as I import the sample, the output will be 4. Okay, I'll be showing you that also. And this is the, if the sampler makes sound, how loud it should be hearing, and you can change from this. Okay, if it is 100%, then 100% of the loudness will be perceived. Okay, if it is 0, the loudness will not be perceived. Okay, we want 100%, and you have to tick this. Okay, and this is the window where we'll be loading our audio sample. Okay, and to load the audio sample you have various options. Okay, you can simply drag from your folder, but I will be showing you here one better way. Go in the MIDI Explorer and browse your sample, yeah, and you click your sample, and your sample will be automatically previewed. Okay, autoplay is on, and if you want to start on bar, you can click this also, and tempo match off. Now this project is having tempo of 120 bpm. Okay, do you want to match this sample, the original sample, to our tempo, our project tempo? I don't. Okay, so I will leave this tempo match off, and this means pitch. Do you want to alter the sample pitch? I don't want to alter. Okay, if I go here now, it will be lower pitch. Yeah? If I go up, it will be higher pitch. Yeah? I don't want to alter. Okay, and this means rate. Do you want to change your sample speed? For example, this is the neutral. Okay, original. If I slow it down, it is slowing. Yeah, slow, yeah. If it is fast, it is fast. Yeah, so currently here in this window what I am stating is, you autoplay when I click the sample, and you start on bar as well. Do not change the sample tempo, do not change the sample pitch, do not change the sample rate, speed. Okay? Just give me the original condition in which the sample arrived. Now see, let me close this window for now. Now see, this sample will start from the first bit, okay, but this sample will start from the second bit, yeah, this from the third bit, and this from the fourth bit, okay. So this will start playing immediately. This will take some time, this will take even more some time, and this will be taking the longer time, okay, of all these case. So I'll be showing you example of these two, okay, other you can understand yourself. So here I'll be loading this sample now, and to load this sample, simply you drag from here to in this black window, okay. Now the sample is loaded, okay, and the sample is immediately starting in the first bit, okay. So now when you play any note on your keyboard, the sample will be played immediately, okay. There is no gap, okay. As you can clearly see, if you zoom, and you can clearly see there is no gap, the sound will be starting immediately, yeah. And you can easily zoom, drag like this, okay. Again zoom, they are caught, yeah, but you can drag and see like this, yeah. It is same way, okay, like in the media item, you'll be using your mouse scroll wheel to zoom, yeah, zoom in and zoom out, and drag media item like that, okay. The same thing here. So the sound starts immediately when G on your keyboard is you'll be hearing the sound immediately. But in our second case, this is the second case, okay. Here the sound don't start immediately, okay. The sound only start in second bit. If I play any keyboard in my MIDI key, the sound is not playing. Now sound plays, okay. As soon as I hit the piano key, the sound has to travel up to this much distance, okay. Then only the sampler will be reaching in the region where the audio is present, yeah. You see here like this, this was case 1, yeah. Now see, case 1 starts in the bit 1 immediately, yeah. I'll be hitting the keyboard C3. You can see I'm playing this key, okay, C3. Starts immediately. And in second case, I play C3 and just see the latency. Now it is playing, yeah. And you might not want this, okay, and for that you simply crop, okay, crop these parts, okay. You go to the attack position, okay. You simply start your bar from the portion where there is sound, okay. You zoom and just see the exact position, okay, maybe a little bit, okay, here, okay, and simply drag here like this, or you can leave here also, okay, because this will matter, okay. Now as soon as I hit sound will be clear. I will hit C3, sound is playing, okay? Because now we are start playing the sample from this bar, yeah. So this is all about this sampler loading window. And did you notice here one thing? Before there was 2 output, okay, now it is 4 output after loading sample, yeah. And currently only stereo output is used, okay. So 2 output is used out of 4, only 2 stereo output is used, okay, out of 4 output. We can increase extra additional 4 output here, yeah. 1 2 3 4 output, yeah. Channel 1 and channel 2 is currently used stereo channel, okay, because we are working only in the stereo field, okay. And currently channel 3 and 4 is not used, okay. You can collapse that other 2 output for now, okay. Now only output 1 and output 2 is present, yeah. in channel 1 and channel 2. If I add, now output 3 and output 4 is also active, okay, in channel 3 and channel 4. Currently we are not using channel 3 and channel 4, okay, so we don't want that output 3 and 4. So we are only using channel 1 and channel 2, okay, because we have a stereo signal, and we'll be using only channel 1 and channel 2. And stereo signal means stereo input and stereo output, okay, and stereo output means output 1 and output 2. Simple. And let me show you this. Now it is 100% weight, yeah, and if I play sound, full sound is played, yeah? 100% sound is played. If I lower it to 0, no sound is played, yeah. If I make to any like 46, the sound is low, okay, we want 100%, yeah? So up to this much is it's over, I guess, yeah. And now let us come in this region. This is the selection region, okay, and what you are looking here is C2, because I am using sample C2 currently, yeah. C2 sample is used, yeah. And this drop down menu simply defines the folder in which I have put my sample, okay. I have put my sample in this piano samples folder, okay, and in this folder I have C1, C2, C3, C4 samples, and this drop down menu is simply showing that all samples, audio samples, okay, C1, C2, C3, C4, because they are in the same folder, okay. All these samples are in this same folder. And if you duplicate this like this is the duplicate, okay. Now in this case, if I want to use another sample from that same folder, then simply I can choose from here, okay. I don't want to go in that folder or use even this media explorer, okay. So simply from here I can choose, okay. I will be choosing C1. Now for C1 I should be setting this start range to here, okay, in the first bit, yeah. So like this you can work with this drop down menu, okay. Currently we don't want, so I'll delete this. So this is over this drop down menu, and this, if you play sound, this will like just giving us indication that remote is getting information and sound is supposed to be playing. And here mode, a sample ignores MIDI notes. What does this means is, look, in my MIDI keyboard I have range from like lower to higher pitch, yeah? Now whatever key I play, this sample ignores MIDI note will ignore that pitch information, okay. Even if I play lower note, same pitch will be played. Even if I play higher note, same pitch will be played, okay. The original sample file sound will be played, okay, unaltered, okay. Pitch will not be altered, okay. So you may choose one option over another, okay. Now I'll be showing you another option here. Note semitone shifted. Now note will be shifting semitone wise, okay. If I place a low note, it will be playing low sound, okay. And if I play high note in my keyboard, high note sound will be produced, okay. For example, now the sound is shifting semitone wise, okay, from low to high or high to low, okay, as per what we play, okay. If I will be playing from low to high, sound will be shifting from low to high, and if I am playing from high to low, sound will be shifting from high to low pitch, okay. Here I would like to add some information, right. I said if you choose this, no matter what keys you play on your keyboard, there will not be any pitch shifting, okay. And if you change this note semitone shifted option. Now sound will be changing semitone wise, okay, from low to high or high to low, okay. So here in note start, I'll be simply choosing my this west key, okay, my keyboard, which is 26. And in note end, I'll be choosing the highest key on my keyboard, which is C5, yeah. This key, yeah. And this is 84. Okay, now this sampler, this Reaper, piano roll, and my MIDI keyboard all are synced, okay. And now this pitch start. Currently, if you play C1 and C sound should be the actual sound, okay, of your audio sample, okay. This I had put this sound, isn't it? So this C1 should be playing the exact sound, okay, in whatever form I imported, okay, in a very raw form, okay. And we don't want any pitch shifting, okay, semitone wise. So here 0. Now if I press C1, let me close this. Now if I press C1, the actual pitch sound of my audio sample will be played, okay, because that is the note start, okay. And if I press C5, the note will be increasing semitone wise, yeah. This is the highest pitch which can go in my MIDI keyboard, yeah. Although I can change its octave in my MIDI keyboard, but in the neutral form I'm saying, yeah. So this is important, okay, pitch start of start note, yeah. That should be 0 semitone shifting, okay. This note C1 note should be playing the actual raw sound of my audio sample. And after that, because it is going from 36 to 84 range, yeah, in that after 36 other range will be the audio will be shifting semitone wise, okay. This 36, there should not be any shift in the semitone, so 0. And now let us look at these parameters. Volume, now this is just here, I don't want currently this, okay, I will go in this. It is the default volume, okay. It's loud, yeah. Now it is decreasing the output volume, yeah. Optimum desired volume, okay, 0. And minimum volume, now see, it is the maximum volume, okay, it is 0 dB, okay, and the minimum volume is also set to 0 dB, okay, plus 0 dB, because the dB goes from a minus to plus range, okay. Minus range means lower volume sound and plus means higher volume sound, okay. So currently minimum volume is also the maximum volume, okay. So if I want my sound when I play MIDI keyboard to be playing always in the fullest volume, you put this minimum volume to this 0 dB, okay. But if I want my playing to be velocity sensitive, okay, if I play softly, soft sound should be played. If I play hardly on my keyboard, hard sound or louder sound should be playing, okay. So currently it is 0 dB, okay. Doesn't matter if I play hard or soft, doesn't matter, okay. Fullest loudness will be perceived. But if I change this to lowest, now if I play softly, softer volume will be perceived, and if I play my key on my keyboard harder, loudest sound will be perceived, okay. First I will be playing loudest, okay. now soft. Yeah, loudest, soft. Yeah, yeah, like that. For now, let us not want velocity sensitive case. Okay, so I'm putting to 0 dB. Okay, for kick sound you may not want velocity sensitive. Okay, so this was a little bit about velocity sensitive information in your sampler. And here velocity maximum, velocity minimum, this is the range, okay, in Reaper, and the range is from 0 to 127. Okay, for velocity also, for keyboard also it is from 0 to 127, and for velocity also 0 to 127, like that. Okay, so minimum velocity will be 0 and the maximum velocity will be 127. Okay, and this means if you lower this volume all the way to the down, now minimum velocity will be 0 and maximum will be 127. Okay, but don't put here 127. Okay, because minimum will also be the maximum then, like this. Okay, don't put that. Now this is important. Okay, note start range, note end range. Note start range is 0 and note end is 127. Okay, this simply defines the whole range of the keys, piano keys in the Reaper. Okay, let us see here. This is the piano keys in your Reaper. Okay, and they are also defined by piano keys note name or number. Okay, for example, if I put my mouse in any of the key here at top, you will be looking the note name and its number. Suppose I go here C3 60, so this note, my C3 note is 60 number. Okay, you can only see the number as well. Yeah, C3 in my keyboard 60. Yeah, I'm playing C3 in my MIDI keyboard, it is 60. Yeah. So there is the range, and the range is from 0 to 127. Okay, from the lowest note to the highest note here. Yeah, G8, this. Yeah, but here is one case. You might want to set this note start and note in the range based on your MIDI keyboard. Okay, for example, here I have my 49 keys MIDI keyboard. Yeah, and for my keyboard, note start will be my lowest note and note end will be my highest note. Yeah, so note start, let me see here. Yeah, C1 it's playing. Okay, my MIDI keyboard is synced with the piano roll notes name. Okay, I'm playing exactly C1 key in my MIDI keyboard. Okay, so this will be my start position, and it's start will be my 36, and the highest note in my MIDI keyboard is the note India. And what is the highest note? Let us go here. Put your mouse cursor here in this note, and up you will be looking the note name and the note number. This is the highest note in my MIDI keyboard. C5. Yeah, C5. C5 84. Yeah? So I'll be putting here 84. So now this my MIDI keyboard range is matching, okay, with this range, note start and note end range. When you are using this note semitone shifted, you should be putting this pitch start here to 0. Okay, 0 semitones. Okay, and you can see here some of the options like pitch offset, you want to offset your pitch by how many semitones, then you can use that. Yeah, pitch bend, maximum pitch bending will be going up or down 2 semitones. Yeah, like that. Now this attack, decay, sustain, release. Yeah, and these are the basic audio envelope, and I have already made a separate video on this topic. Okay, ADSR, audio envelope topic. Okay, so I'll not be discussing more about that in this video. I recommend you to watch my that video where I have shown everything in very detailed way. Okay, now we'll be looking at this attack, decay, sustain, release function of our audio sampler. Okay, I'll be looking at this attack, decay, sustain, and release ADSR envelope in the sampler in relation with obey, not offs. Okay, because if this function is not present, that will not work. Okay, the release is not going to obey, and so we'll be using this obey, not offs. Okay, so this ADSR, I have already made a separate video of ADSR. Okay, so you can go and watch my that video, because in that video I have explained everything in detail. Okay, in this video I'll not be going in that detail for ADSR. Okay, I'll be showing you everything about obey and not offs. Okay, so surfacely I'll be showing you about this attack, decay, sustain, and release function. Okay, so simply let us go in the view MIDI Explorer, and let me choose this sound. Okay, now this sound starts from bit 2. Yeah, it has a gap in bit 1. Okay, and bit 3 and bit 4 is still a gap, there is no any sound produced. Okay, now my keyboard start range, the lowest key in my keyboard is C1. Yeah, 36 is C1, and my highest note is C5. Yeah, 84. Put only this particular number. Okay, not any haphazard number. And I want to crop this much region. Okay, because my audio is only in this much region. Yeah, but first I'll be showing you without cropping. Okay, and now what I'm going to show is obey, not offs function. Okay, so what this obey, not offs function really does is, currently it is off. Okay, and what it does is, whenever I play keyboard, okay, it plays that sample in its full length. Okay, for example, okay, if I press once, the sample will be playing, this sample will be playing from first to last full. Okay, I can control. Okay, it will be playing. Okay, it will be playing. Okay, in middle I can control. Okay, it will be playing. If I play twice, this sample plays twice. Okay, from this start position to this end position. Okay, they start twice at the same time. Okay, if I press 3 times, the audio sample will be played 3 times. Okay, from start to end it will start at the same time. Okay, thrice, 1 2 3. It is taking some time to play because in bit 1 there is no sound. Yeah, and in bit 3 and bit 4 it is also no sound. Okay, only this bit 2 has sound. Okay, so you already saw now, if this function is off, every hit will trigger the audio sample to its full length. Okay, and how many times you will be hitting, that much times the audio will be played. Okay, so just know this much. Okay, if you are not ticking this obey, not offs, and if you play your key, it will play the sound, your the sample sound to its full length. Okay, even if you put off your finger from playing your keyboard note. Okay, you see here I press C3 and quickly I will release also. Okay, but the sound will be played. Yeah, it is playing. I'm not pressing currently. Okay, but sound is playing. I've released. Okay, now it's playing. Yeah, but if I put this obey note, I pressed here, sound will not be played. Yeah, because it is obeying the note. Okay, if it is pressing, then only it is playing. Okay, and only to that much duration of what duration I am pressing. Okay, yeah, I was continuously pressing, so it was playing. Okay, so let me crop this region. Okay, this start bar and end bar, so only this much portion of sound is selected to be playing. Okay, okay, now as soon as I play, the sound will be played. Okay, because the sound will start from this region. Okay, and sound will be playing only up to this much region. Okay, and we have our sound only up to this much duration. Okay, so first and last. Okay, first starting bar and this ending bar. Okay, so if I play sound, the sound will start immediately. Okay, and let us look at this obey note offs again. Now if I press key and I leave this key immediately, sound is playing. Yeah, and if I press this obey note offs key, it is playing for short duration. Okay, because I only pressed the key for short duration. Yeah, whole sample is not playing. If I untake it now, even if I pressed for shorter duration, whole sample will be played. Okay, so this means the sound will be playing with us. Okay, with our finger in real time. Okay, up to how much duration we press our key. This is important function. Okay, now this is important because this ADSR will be based on this. Okay, especially the release. Okay, so now let us look at attack. As soon as I play this note, and the sound will be triggered. Okay, but if I make some attack, currently attack is 1 milliseconds. Yeah, but if I increase here more, now there will be smooth fading transition. Okay, the sound will increase smoothly. Yeah, before the sound was increasing suddenly. Okay, as soon as I press the key, sound will start. Okay, now there will be smooth fading. Yeah, the sound will immediately start in this range. Okay, it will immediately start from this range and play onwards. But if I make attack here, the sound will fade in smoothly. Okay, and up to this much region, and from this region sound will be played. Okay, at its normal intensity. Okay, from here to here the intensity will be smooth fading. Okay, not at the full intensity. Okay, yeah, from here sound will be played at full intensity. Okay, here it will be just smooth transition. Okay, and if you have any powerful sound, okay, signal here, and that will be used in smooth transition. Okay, that powerful or punchy sound can be utilized properly. Okay, now all these heavy parts are used for her smooth transition. Okay, smooth fading transition, and only from this part sound is playing at its full range. Okay, and these bars are very faintier part. Okay, so it is not loud sound. Yeah, this portion holds the maximum intensity. Okay, but it is used for fading. Yeah, now yeah, like this. Attack. Now let us look at the release. So now just notice one thing. As soon as I leave off from pressing the note, okay, the sound will come to end immediately. Okay, just see. Currently this release is very linear. Okay, the sound comes to end very abruptly. Okay, now if I make some release, there will be the smooth fade out transition. Now if I put off note from playing, the end will be having the smooth fade out. Okay, yeah, if release is very linear, the fade out is very punchier. Yeah, very abrupt. Yeah, but now the fade out would be very smooth. Yeah, so in this case, even if you play off your note, a little bit fade out transition will be remaining. Yeah, but in this case, if you play off your note, the sound will come to end very abruptly. Okay, yeah, then and there. But if I make some release, then slowly it is going. Yeah, I have left my key, but still slow fade out transition was happening. Yeah, yeah, and if the release is very linear, then as soon as I leave off my key from playing, the sound will come to end. Okay, this is important. Okay, so in this way you can manipulate your selection point of your audio sample and manipulate your audio envelope ADSR. Okay, attack, decay, this is sustain, and this is release. Yeah, attack, this portion is attack. Yeah, this portion is attack, this line. Now decay, this is decay. Yeah? Sustain, this is sustain. Yeah, and release, this is release. Yeah, although there is no S for sustain, but this is sustain. Okay, so in this way you can manipulate your sound with this ADSR envelope. Yeah, the sound will be changed dramatically. Yeah, now let us look at this MIDI channel. Currently 0 means all. Okay, and this simply means here in this track I am using this MIDI keyboard in all channels. Okay, this all channels means 0. Yeah, so if you are not sure about which channel MIDI channel you are using, then just put 0 and it is alright. Okay, now let us look at this note of release override. Here is release. Yeah, and here is also note of release override. Now this means what? The first preference your audio sampler will be this. Okay, this release, but if you tick here, now the preference is changed. Okay, and now this release will override this release. Okay, so if it is having the same release number, then the result is same. Okay, but if it is having lower or higher than this number, then this release will override this release. Okay, this portamento, I'll be talking about this a little later. Okay, now let us look at this loop function, and I'll be showing you this loop function first with obey note of unticked. Okay, so this loop function will simply keep on repeating your audio sample. Okay, once it is played. Okay, now nothing is played. Okay, I'll trigger my key only once. Okay, and currently obey note of is not ticked. Okay, now I'll be showing you this obey note of ticked. Okay, I'll be pressing this note C3 only for short duration. Okay, now it's not looping. Okay, because it is obeying this note obey function. Okay, if I keep on pressing this note C, then pressing, now it's playing. Now I will leave off my note. Okay, now it's not playing here. Alright, so now let us look at this option here, max voices. And this simply means if it is 1, now this sampler REASAMPLOMATIC5000 is a monophonic sampler. Okay, this means only one sound. Okay, only one sound or one voice will be produced at a time. Okay, when you play music and you hit here, suppose I'm playing low note, one sound is produced, it is alright. Okay, but if I play another note now, after playing this, that next note will cut this low sound. Okay, just see here. This my low sound could have extended to some extent. Okay, just listen, it is playing for this much duration. But if I play the next note, okay, higher note, that higher note will cut this lower note sound. Okay, just see. Because this is currently, the sampler is currently monophonic. Okay, it can only play one sound, one voice at a time. Okay, just see here, currently it is monophonic, and this is my lower note. Okay, C1, and C5 will be my higher note. Okay, it is playing for some duration. But if I play this and keep on playing this, but I'll be pressing next note also. Okay, then that next note will cut this our previous note. Okay, just see I'm pressing that C1 still. That C5 has got that C1 sound. C1 could have sustained for more longer. But even though I'm continuously pressing C1, the C5 has got that sound. Okay, because at one time only one sound will be produced. Okay, similarly you can go backward also. Okay, if you play higher note, the lower note will cut that previous higher note. Okay, if I put here now 2 or any number, now it will be polyphonic. Okay, now this sampler is polyphonic sound. Okay, means it can produce more than one sound at a time. Okay, if I put 2, this sampler can produce 2 sound. Okay, at a time, not 3, only 2. Okay, now same example I'll give. Okay, both are playing at the same time. Okay, yeah, now I'm playing C1 and C3. Yeah, both are playing. Okay, first I'm playing C1 and next I'm playing C3. C3 didn't cut C1 sound. Yeah, they both are playing simultaneously. Yeah, but if it was one, now first I played C1 and then I played C5. Yeah, and C5 did cut the C1 sound. Okay, because one means only one sound at a time. Two, both can play at the same time. If one, now first I'll play C1, I'll keep on pressing C1. Okay, and next I'll press C3. C3 will cut a C1 sound. Yeah, just see here more properly. Okay, first C1 I'm playing. If I press C3, C1 sound will cut. Yeah, because currently the sampler is only monophonic, means it can play only one sound at a time. Okay, yeah, now I'm playing first C1 and then I'm playing C5. Okay, but if it is 2, now this C1 and C3 will be both playing at the same time. Yeah, first I pressed C1 and I kept on pressing C1 and then later I pressed C3, but this C3 didn't cut C1. Both are playing. Yeah, if I put one in the same condition. Okay, first I'll play C1, I'll keep on pressing C1 and next I'll press C3 and that C3 will cut C1. Yeah, if I put 2, both will be playing. Yeah, C3 didn't cut C1 because now we have stated 2 sound or 2 voice can be played, okay, at the same time. Okay, so you can increase in this way. Okay, now 4 voice can be played at the same time. Okay, and this is resampling mode. Yeah, currently it is as per our project. Yeah, here, but you can have some other options as well. Okay, if you want, then currently I'll be leaving here in project default. The portamento has some factors, which I said: change in the pitch, varies in acceleration, and it carries a weight, vibrato weight, along with the change in the pitch and vary in acceleration. Okay, so let us see that now. Okay, now we'll be looking at these section. Okay, you can see here voicing, a monophonic option, a polyphonic, legato, yeah, portamento, and the portamento curve. Yeah, so we'll be looking at all of these one by one. Okay, to make you understand more clearly. So let us first see this monophonic sound. This simply means, just see its description, what it is saying: monophonic and polyphonic switch. Yeah, so it means if you click this, it will be the monophonic synth now. Yeah, this synth, and if you untake it, now this synth will be the polyphonic synth. Yeah, so it is saying monophonic, polyphonic switch. choose whether or not you can play more than one note simultaneously. So it is very clear, okay? If you click this, now this synth will become monophonic, okay? And now it will only play one note at a time, okay? What I mean by is, just see here. This is my C2 note, okay? Just observe here. This note, yeah, C2, this is my C2 note, and this is my C4 note, okay? So currently I'm in mono mode, yeah? And what did I say? Only one note at a time, yeah? So I'm playing C4 has got the C2 sound, okay? Because only one sound will be produced at a time. I'm still pressing C2, but you are hearing only C4. Yeah. Now even if I release C2, sound will be same. Yeah. Now again I'll be pressing C2. Now C2 has got C4. Because C2 is the latest produced sound. I'm still pressing C4. C4 is not playing. C4 sound is cut by C2. If I release C4, sound will be same. Now again if I play C4, now C4 has got C2 sound. Yeah? So simply one sound will be playing at a time, okay? Now if I untake it, now it will be the polyphonic synth, okay? This synth, and currently it is saying it can play 8 voice or sound at a time, okay? But I will be showing you with 1 and 2, okay? It will be more clear. So now 1 means, now again the same thing, okay? This synth is monophonic synth. It will play only one sound at a time, okay? This mono, if ticked, and this polyphonic option with 1 are having same effect, okay? Now polyphonic, this synth is in polyphonic mode, okay? But this synth can only produce one sound at a time. We are stating here, yeah? So it will be same effect, okay? I'm pressing C2. Now I'll press C4. C4 will cut C2. I release C2. Now again I press C2. C2 will cut C4. I release C4. I press again C4. Now C4 will cut C2. Yeah? One sound at a time. That's it. Now if I put here 2, now 2 sound will be produced at a time, okay? Let us see in our example. First I'll be playing C2. Now I'll be playing C4. Both are playing C2 sound is cut, okay? D3 and C4 sound is playing together, okay? But C2 sound is cut because 2 sound can only be played at once, okay? We have stated that in that polyphonic option, and we first played C2, then C4, then D3, okay? So the first sound will be cancelled, okay, by this latest sound, yeah? So I'm still pressing C2, but C2 sound is not produced, okay? Even if I release C2, the sound will be same, yeah? Now again if I press C2, C4 will get cancelled. So in this way you can see the difference between the monophonic and polyphonic, okay, sound. In monophonic sound, one sound at a time, that's it. In polyphonic sound, you can state how many. I'm just showing you example of 2 sound, okay, just to make you understand, okay. If you make 3 sound, now 3 sound can be played at the same time, okay. The default is 8, I guess, yeah, it's 8, I think. Now let us look at legato. First, let us see what it is, what this synth is describing. Legato, this determines whether or not envelopes or LFO, if set to envelope or string mode, will re-trigger if a second note is played. So let us understand this legato in this way. This legato means we take as legato slide, okay. Previously we saw in our notation, yeah, we saw about legato and legato slide, yeah. So in this case, we'll be looking this legato as legato slide, okay. And in legato slide, only the first note will be triggered, yeah, and it will be slide, okay. And up to the portion where the sustainability of the sound will be maintained, up to that much time, sound will be produced, okay, and the sound will go to full decay. Let us see here. So attack, decay, sustain, release, okay. Okay, I press C3, yeah. I'm still pressing C3. The note was triggered here, from here, decay here, and now it is in sustain position. And if I release this note, the sound will go to full release, okay. So to understand legato in a standard way, we will be going to monophonic mode, okay, because let us understand in a standard way, okay, although we are not limited to in synth, okay. So we are just going one sound at a time, okay, when we slide. So I have activated mono mode, and now I'll be activating legato mode, yeah. And now if I press C3, the sound will be released fully, yeah. Now if I press again, yeah, I attack the piano note. Attack means I press, okay, and if I say I release note from playing, means I put off my finger from playing the piano note, okay. So now I attack my note here in the piano key, I release, okay. This I play my piano key and I play off my piano key. This means attack and release, okay, in my piano. I release, sound will be released, okay. But in legato, what we do, we attack one note, yeah, we play one note and we simply slide, okay. We don't trigger other notes, okay, we trigger only one note, and other notes will be played up to the time the sustainability of the sound in that instrument remains, yeah. So let us see in this case. Now it is in sustain mode, okay. Now I will go to any other notes, okay. You can see other notes were not triggered, okay. Only my C3 note was triggered, okay. I'm still pressing C3, okay, but it's not needed until the continuity remains. The continuity must remain, okay. If you break the continuity, then the sound will go to full release, okay. The sustainability of sound will go to decay full, okay. Now I will break the continuity, okay. Now the sustainability has gone, yeah. Now let's see here, I'm playing C4 now. C4 is only triggered, yeah. Other notes are not triggered, yeah. You can see when I trigger note, this movement, every time notes will get triggered, it will move from this attack point, okay? And in legato, first I press C3, C4, it started from the attack position, okay? Now I will play other notes, it didn't start from the attack position, yeah? You didn't see that in that envelope, yeah? Register envelope. All are playing from the sustained portion, okay? Now if I break this continuity, the sound will go to release fully, okay? If we play legato in polyphonic mode, it is the same thing, okay? But we can have multiple release note, okay? What I mean by is, just see here, I'm playing all of them, okay? All are playing, okay? All notes are not getting the attack position, but you see, when I play like this note, this particular note is released, okay, every time. But other two notes currently which I am playing are not released, okay? Only the note, this C4 note is released. This C4 and E4 are sustained, okay? They are not yet released, okay? The sound has not come to full decay. It is in continuity, okay? It is in continuity, yeah? So I am playing this note sound now. This G4 is only released, okay? Now I have released even other note, okay? Now only C4 is playing. If I release this, whole sustainability of sound is gone, yeah? Now let us look at the portamento, okay? Currently we are in legato mode, yeah? Polyphonic legato mode, yeah? Now if I play with portamento, okay? Now currently the portamento is off, yeah? And just here, this is normal sound, yeah? If I make some portamento, again it is same, okay? So the portamento only happens in monophonic mode, okay? So the portamento only occurs in monophonic mode, yeah? You see? Not the video, yeah? I'm playing C3 first and I'm playing B3, okay? I'm gliding from C3 to B3 and it is carrying all the pitches information in a very broad way, okay? And it is carrying some weight, okay? Feeling. See here again. Okay? It is not very linearly. So currently we have to reinsert, okay? Don't worry, I'll buy later. So where I was, this way. In glissando, the movement from one note to another will be lacking feeling, okay? We simply move chromatically, okay? But here the notes are blurred, okay? Within one another, okay? And the movement, the acceleration is also varied, okay? Currently it is linear, but we can vary like this, okay? And it will carry some vibrato along with the change in the pitch and acceleration, okay? Varying the acceleration. Now it is linear, okay? Now let us increase the speed. And now let us decrease the speed. It started slowly and then it reached quickly later, okay, in the destination node. Now same thing here. Yeah. Now linear. This will move linearly, okay? And here you have one option, porta scaled. It simply means scales the portamento rate based on note distance. Larger distance is equal to slower portamento. When enabled, the porta time value corresponds to 1 octave. So let us turn on this scale mode. Now let us play from C3 to C2. Now let's play from C3 to F3. If I put this on tick, if I tick this, you can also have the portamento effect always, okay, in every note, okay. You don't need two notes, okay, one starting note and the destination note. Your single solo note will have the portamento effect. If for portamento, you go in mono mode and you can disable or enable legato mode and you can play, okay. Let us see the effect of this legato and non-legato activation. Currently legato is off, yeah. So in this way you can have the portamento effect with legato turned on or off, okay. The standard will be legato turned off, yeah. Simply you glide from one note to another. But you can glide from the sustaining position also with legato. Other notes are not triggered, okay. They are simply gliding from this sustaining position, okay. And then sound will reduce, okay, if the continuity is breaked. So in this way you understand what is portamento, yeah. There is glide from one note to another note, higher to lower or lower to higher, doesn't matter. And there is the change in the pitch, obviously, if you go from one note to another. And there is the change in the rate, yeah. We can go in a linear way, okay. Fast also, if fast then every fast, if slow then every slow, in a linear way. Or we can break that linearity, okay. We can start fast and go slow, okay, while ending to our destination note. Or we can start slow and go fast when reaching towards our destination second note, yeah. And along with the change in the pitch and rate, we carry some vibrato weight, okay. So in this way everything will carry some feeling, okay. It is not simply moving from one note to another, okay. It is moving with feeling, okay. And all that notes with our these factors, okay, rate, change in the rate, acceleration, change in the pitch, like that will make notes blur with each other, okay. And it will create feeling, okay. It is same like motion blur, yeah. In video we have a motion blur like that. I understand portamento. You can obviously feel that feeling, okay. Just see here. So yes, this is what I understand by portamento. And if you think if I lack some information, you can add that information for us in the comment section below. And if you think anything is to be corrected, then the correction is very welcome as well. Now that same thing, it is this portamento and this max voices. Okay, if one it is monophonic, if more than one it is polyphonic. Okay, this is also clear, and this portamento is also clear. Okay, but I have not shown you example of portamento using this sampler. Okay, now I'll be showing that. So here portamento is not in action currently. Okay, it's in 0. Let me increase some portamento time here. Now let us play. Okay, I will be going from C3 to C5. Yeah. But in this portamento option we don't have so many features. Okay, only the simple portamento. Yeah, okay, first I'll be playing C1 and then I'll be playing C5. Okay, I want to go from C1 note to C5. You like this? Yeah. So that sustainability of sound should exist. Okay, that if that sustainability in the sound is released or has end, there will not be a portamento. Okay, because portamento is also a glissando and glissando is also a legato. Okay, so continuous sustainability of sound is needed. Like that, yeah? So this is all about this portamento. This portamento and this max voices are very important drum. Okay, okay, now let us look at REASAMPLOMATIC5000 sampler in actual use. Okay, we'll be now using this REASAMPLOMATIC5000 sampler plugin musically. Okay, we'll be creating first a drum machine and later we'll be making a piano synth. Okay, so first let us look at how to create a drum machine. Okay, and here I have two cases in drum. Okay, we'll be looking at that. Okay, but first let us enter into the basics. So here I have 1 2 3 4 instances of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin. Yeah, and I also have one MIDI plugin inserted here, which I'll be talking a little later. Okay, first let us look at the REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin. Okay, so here I have 1 2 3 4 instances of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin. Okay, 4 separate instances of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin. First for kick, second for snare, third for closed hi-hat, and fourth for open hi-hat. Okay, okay, let us look at one by one. Okay, what I'm doing. So let us first look at kick. So simply I have imported the kick one shot sample here. Okay, kick. Okay, and here mode, and I have chosen this option. Okay, sample ignores MIDI note. In this case I don't want any shifting of sound. Okay, I only want one sound to be produced in its right octave. Okay, so I have chosen this option, and volume is at maximum. Okay, and minimum volume, I don't want the kick sound to be velocity sensitive. Okay, so minimum volume is also the maximum volume. Okay, these two are same. Okay, note start. Now this is important. Okay, just see here. Now this is the kick sound. Okay, and I have set this kick sound start note at C3. Okay, this means when you press C3 your kick sound will be produced. Okay, and you can see here C3 kick, yeah, and note end. Now in this case I want only one key to be producing the kick sound. Okay, I don't want any other keys on your keyboard to be producing the kick sound. Okay, I want only the C3 note to be producing the kick sound. So note start also C3 and note end also C3. Okay, this C3 will only be playing the kick sound. No any other keys will be making the kick sound. Okay, and here C3 number is 60. Okay, just see here kick 59 60. Okay, so note start is also C3 and note end is also C3. Okay, so if I play C3 note in my keyboard, just see, wait, first let me record on this. Yeah, I'm pressing C3 note on my MIDI keyboard. Okay, and you can hear the kick sound. Okay, and if I press any other keys, kick sound will not be produced. Okay, now I press another key. Okay, any, no sound will be produced. Okay, only C3 will be making a sound. Yeah, and here pitch offset, I don't want anything. So yeah, I have also not touched attack and decay, sustain, release, here ADSR envelope. Okay, I'm just leaving in default. You can tick this or untick this. Okay, because this kick sound is just one short sample. Okay, of very short duration. Okay, and if you tick this and if you untick this, it is like same. Okay, but I have already described about this function. Okay, if your sound is having longer sustainability, then this is very important. Okay, now look at this max voices. I have set this to 1. Yeah, because for drum sound like kick drum, snare, tom, yeah, you put to 1. Okay, here max voices, and for cymbals sound you put this to default. Okay, so now let us look at snare. So I have loaded here snare sound. Yeah, now it is same thing. Okay, just I will be going here. Okay, other things are same. Note start, this time I want snare to be here. Okay, D flat. Okay, and this note is 61. Okay, 60, 59, 60, 61. Okay, so 61, and I want only this C sharp or D flat note to be making snare sound. Okay, not any other note in your MIDI keyboard will be producing the snare sound. Okay, but only the C sharp or D flat note should be producing the snare sound. Okay, so note start is also 61 D flat, and note end is also 61 D flat. Okay, and other thing are similar. Okay, you can just put this end bar near to the end of the sound. Okay, here, or you can leave as it was. Okay, doesn't matter. Just see here, I press but if I decrease this even more, now only this portion is playing. Okay, now this much portion is playing, now this much, now full. Okay, so even if you put here or only up to here, it is same. Okay, this kick and snare are playing. Now let us look at closed hi-hat. Now again it is same thing. Okay, I want only this D note to be making this closed hi-hat sound. Okay, so I have chosen this note. Okay, and this is 62. Yeah, 59, 60, 61, 62. Yeah, closed hi-hat 62 number. Yeah, so 62 both. Okay, note start also 62, note end also 62. Okay, and this is also the one shot sample of very short duration, so you can untake it. Okay, and max voices for cymbal sound you can set to default. Okay, and other things same. Yeah, if I press D note, closed hi-hat will be making sound. Yeah, now let us look at open hi-hat. Now again the same thing. Okay, I want only E note to be making this sound. Okay, and E note is 64 number. Okay, this is 64 number. Okay, 63 is this note. Yeah, and then 64 here, open hi-hat. Okay, 65, 66, it will go like this. Okay, so this is open hi-hat. Okay, E note, and I want only E note to be making this particular sound. Okay, so start also E and end also E. Okay, only that particular note will be making this open hi-hat sound. Okay, no any other keys on your keyboard will be making this sound. We have set like this. Okay, in this sampler. Now here you have to choose obey note offs. Okay, we have to tick in this case. Okay, because it is having a longer release. Okay, it is having a longer sustainability. Okay, and you choose this max voices to the default. Okay, for cymbal sound. Okay, and for this open hi-hat case you have to use this MIDI choke plugin. Okay, because when I playing this closed hi-hat I don't want to hear the sound of open hi-hat. Okay, now because of this open hi-hat and closed hi-hat case, this MIDI choke plugin came into use. Okay, what I mean to say is when I'm playing the closed hi-hat I don't want to hear the open hi-hat sound. Okay, but if this plugin was not there, just see the case. Okay, now see, first let me turn this off. Now see, if I play this open hi-hat first and then second I will be playing the closed hi-hat. Okay, when I play closed hi-hat, open hi-hat sound will not come to end. Okay, I play this, the sound sustainability was going okay of open hi-hat. Okay, yeah, and if I take this option, this option just make sure when you release the piano note the sound will come to end. Okay, but a better workflow is using the MIDI choke plugin. Okay, to make sure when I'm playing the closed hi-hat, open hi-hat will not be making sound. Okay, so let us activate this plugin and you have to put this ticked. Okay, for open hi-hat. Okay, here just tick this for open hi-hat. Okay, not for closed hi-hat. Okay, just for this, and use MIDI choke plugin in conjunction. Okay, now if I play first open hi-hat, yeah, this much sound is sustained. Okay, and if I play closed hi-hat, suddenly that sound will come to end. Okay, yeah, yeah, Yeah. If I first play closed hi-hat, now open hi-hat can play. But if I play first open hi-hat, now if I press closed hi-hat, open hi-hat sound will be cut. Okay. So for this, let us look at this MIDI choke plugin now. Okay. Okay, now let us look at MIDI choke plugin. Okay. So this is the GUI of this plugin, and MIDI channel. This means this MIDI channel. This means channel 1 currently. Yeah. Channel. Yeah. This in which channel to make effect. Choke note range start. Now this is important. Okay. Choke note. Which note when pressed should cut another note. This means this. Okay. Choke note, in this case it is our closed hi-hat. Okay. When pressed this closed hi-hat note, this note should choke or cut the open hi-hat sound. This simply means this much. Okay. So this choke note range start is 60 I have set. Okay. And this is by this number 5960. Okay. I have also set to choke from kick sound. Okay. But you can only make with this closed hi-hat. Okay. I'm showing you here one example. Okay. Choke note start range I have set to 60. Okay. And here number of choke notes. Okay. I have set 3. Okay. And just see here 59, 60, 61, 62. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. 3 notes. Okay. These 3 notes can cut the open hi-hat sound. Okay. And affected note range start. This affected note means which note will be cut down. This is our open hi-hat. Okay. And it is 64. So 64. Okay. And here number of affected notes, it is only 1. Okay. Only this note will be affected. Okay. We are not setting the range. Okay. Like this, these 3 notes can cut down this 64 note. Okay. This open hi-hat note, this 60, 61 and 62 can cut this 64 sound. Yeah. This means simply this much. Okay. And this 64 is the affected note. Okay. And I want only one note to be affected. Okay. So only one. If you set 2, then 64 and 65 will be also affected. Okay. 64 note and 65 note will also be cut down. Okay. When this 60, 61 and 62 note will be playing. I'll be giving you here one example. Just see here. This is 60. Okay. And this is our 64. Okay. Open hi-hat. When I'm playing the open hi-hat, sound will be sustained for some duration. Okay. But if I play the kick sound after playing the open hi-hat sound, open hi-hat sound cannot go for its long sustained period. Okay. It will be cut down. Okay. Just see here. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'll be playing snare and open hi-hat. Okay. Same thing. Okay. This snare will cut this open hi-hat. Okay. And now let us see closed hi-hat. Okay. Actually this case is for closed hi-hat and open hi-hat. Okay. I'm just showing other to make you understand about this note start range and number of choke notes. Okay. So now let us look at closed hi-hat and open hi-hat. First I'll be playing open hi-hat. Yeah. First I'll play open hi-hat and then I'll be playing closed hi-hat. Okay. Closed hi-hat sound will cut the open hi-hat sound. Okay, now see these three affecting notes. Okay, these three affecting notes. Okay, when pressed these three notes, that will cut the 64 sound. Okay, but not the fourth note. Okay, and now if I press this 63 note, okay, and this will not cut the open hi-hat sound. Okay, just see, even if I press 63 note, the sound of open hi-hat will play to its full sustainability. Okay, yeah, because this range has end. Okay, only 3 notes will cut down the open hi-hat. I have set here like this. Okay, so 60, 61 and 62 can only cut the open hi-hat sound. Okay, not the 63. Just see here, yeah. But if I set here 4, now 63 will also be cutting the sound. Okay, yeah, yeah. Now 63 note will be cutting the open hi-hat sound. Okay, now as this closed hi-hat is 62 note. Okay, so let us put here 62 and here 1. Okay, now only this closed hi-hat can cut the open hi-hat. Yeah, now only this 62 note can cut this 64 note. Okay, no other note can cut. Okay, and action during choke, allow note on during choke, and prevent note on during choke. Now just see here, just you observe here. Okay, here this is open hi-hat and this is closed hi-hat. Okay, first I press open hi-hat and then I will be pressing closed hi-hat. Okay, the sound will be cut. Yeah, now I am still pressing the closed hi-hat. Okay, and if I press the open hi-hat, sound is produced. Okay, so it is saying you can allow note on during choke. Okay, even if this note is pressed on. Okay, and if you press open hi-hat, the sound will be produced. Okay, but if you press this open hi-hat first and you press closed hi-hat, the sound will be cut. Okay, of open hi-hat. But if you release the open hi-hat and again press, the sound will be produced. Okay, even if you are still pressing the closed hi-hat. If you set this, now it will not be produced. Okay, if you press this closed hi-hat continuously, you are not leaving. Okay, and now if you press the open hi-hat, the sound will not be produced. Okay, yeah, yeah, and this, and here additional choke note. Choke note means when pressed that particular note, that note will be cutting the other sound. Okay, and these are the additional choke note. Okay, after setting this range, if you want any other additional note, then you can set here. Okay, 62, and here if I put here 63, now this 62 and 63 note will be cutting or choking this 64 sound. Okay, just see here, yeah, this 63 note is also cutting the 64 sound now. Yeah, but now it is not cutting. Okay, so in this way you can also set the additional choking note. Okay, and you can have more than one instance of this MIDI choke plugin. Okay, and just put this MIDI choke plugin at the top. Okay, so this is all about the MIDI choke. Okay, let's do a short recap of this MIDI choke plugin. Okay, MIDI channel, this simply means which MIDI channel you are working with. Okay, choke note range start. Choke note means those notes which will cut down other specified note. Okay, choke note means those notes which when pressed will cut down the other specified note. Okay, so in this case choke note range start is 62. Okay, and currently we have set this choke note range start to 62. Okay, 62 means 59, 60, 61, 62. This closed hi-hat. Okay, this closed hi-hat. Okay, this 62 means closed hi-hat note. This means it is this note. Okay, closed hi-hat, D note. Okay, here you can see note D note. Okay, D3 62. Yeah, here. So the 62 note or D note is the choke note. Okay, choke note range start. Okay, and number of choke notes, it is 1. Okay, only 62 will be choking. Okay, will be cutting down other note sound. Okay, affected note range start. Now just see here, this choke note and affected note, these are important. Okay, choke note means the note which when pressed will cut down the affected note. Okay, the note whose sound will be cut down is called affected note. Okay, affected note range start 64 and only 1. Okay, 64 means this E note. Okay, open hi-hat, E note 64. Yeah, number. And action during choke note, allow note on during choke. This simply means, just see here. Now just see here, if I press this D note which is closed hi-hat, and if I press E note which is open hi-hat, I am continuously pressing the D note. Okay, and E note is making sound. If I press E first and then I press D, E note will be cut down. Okay, but now even if I'm pressing continuously the D note, E note can be making sound. Okay, but if I do this here to prevent, now if I'm pressing the D note, okay, E note will not be making sound. Yeah, first I press E and D will cut down. Okay, but still I'm pressing the D note. Okay, and I'm pressing E note will not be making sound. Okay, this function simply means this D note will prevent E note to play until and unless this D note is released. Okay, I am continuously pressing, E note will not be making sound. Now I am releasing this D note. Now if I play the E note, sound will be produced. Okay, and this simply means an additional choke note. Okay, this choke note. Okay, the note which will cut down this affected note. Okay, after setting this range, if you want some additional note, then you can put the number here. Okay, and these numbers you can see from here. Okay, you have to put any number. Okay, in this place, -1 is the default. Okay, this means no choke will happen. And just don't forget that the sound which you want to cut down, okay, the sound which should be choke or cut down should have this enabled. Okay, this enabled, and here in this affected note it should be that same note. Okay, this also enabled, and in MIDI choke plugin also it is stated. Okay, so in this way we have made a drum machine. Okay, using the 4 instances of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin and MIDI choke plugin. Okay, and you have to enable every. Okay, and they will be making sound. Okay, as per the protocol we have set in individual instances. Okay, so this is how we can make the drum machine. Now just see here, in this case I would like to show you. Here I have this drum machine. Okay, but this drum machine has inbuilt choke function. Okay, so you don't have to insert that MIDI choke plugin here. Okay, just see here, this is closed hi-hat. Okay, this just see here, in this case here, yeah, it is open hi-hat. Okay, and this is closed hi-hat. First I will be pressing now open hi-hat, and then I will be pressing the closed hi-hat. Okay, and that closed hi-hat will cut the open hi-hat. Yeah, open hi-hat has some sustainability, yeah, but when pressed closed hi-hat, that sustainability will be cut down. Yeah, yeah, and we have to set here this. Okay, choke and open hi-hat, and this is happening because of this setting. Okay, choke, and which note you want to choke, open hi-hat. Okay, and I have set here open hi-hat. Okay, this note is set to choke or cut down this open hi-hat. Okay, here, yeah, but if we did not choke, yeah, the open hi-hat sustainability is going. Okay, even if I play closed hi-hat. Yeah, yeah, now choke, the open hi-hat sound is cut when closed hi-hat is played. Yeah, so this drum machine has inbuilt choke function. Okay, but our this REASAMPLOMATIC 5000 didn't have. Okay, so we had to use this. Okay, MIDI choke plugin, but anyway, these are same thing. Okay, so this drum case is over. Okay, okay, now let us look at this REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin in piano case. Okay, we'll be making piano synth. Okay, using REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin, and here I have two cases. Okay, first case will be a single sample. Okay, in this case we'll be using a single piano sample, and we'll be creating a piano synth. Okay, and here in this case we'll be using multi-sample to create the piano synth. Okay, here only one piano sample will be used, and here multi piano audio samples will be used. Okay, so let us first see this, and then we'll be looking at this. Okay, so here simply I have one instance of REASAMPLOMATIC plugin. Okay, and this is my piano sample. Okay, I have here my piano audio samples. Okay, and this is C1, this. Okay, I have used this sample currently. Okay, so this is C1. Yeah, I have loaded here, and you can see here the waveform in this screen. Yeah, and here I have also changed this ADSR envelope. Okay, so this is the piano one shot sample. Okay, of C1 note. Yeah, and you can see I can set the range. Okay, so here it is this is the start range. Okay, so currently it is all the way in the beginning. Okay, it is fine, and this you can put here also. Yeah, here in the end section of this sound. Yeah, and only this portion of the sound will be playing. Okay, just see here. And you can choose this ending range either here, or you can just leave here. Okay, And here I have manipulated the ADSR envelope also. Okay, we'll be looking this here in this section. Okay, so let us go one by one. Okay, so simply I have loaded the piano sample. Okay, here, yeah, piano one shot sample. Okay, of C1 note. Yeah, and in this mode I have now used note semitone shifted. Okay, now I want this sound to shift. Okay, when I play different notes. Okay, semitone wise. Okay, the sound should be shifting semitone wise. Okay, as per the notes I play. Okay, we'll be looking at this. And here volume, maximum volume, yeah, plus 0 dB. Yeah, now minimum volume, I want the piano sound to be velocity sensitive. Okay, if I play softly, the sound should play softly, and if I play hardly, the sound should be playing hardly. Okay, for example, let's see here, I'm playing softly. Yeah, now I play hardly. Yeah, this means this. Okay, now note start range, now this is important. Okay, note start range is 36. Yeah, 35, 36, this. Yeah, C1. Yeah, C1, 36, and note in range is 84. Okay, which is C5. Yeah, my keyboard last octave. Okay, this C5. Okay, I have set the whole keyboard range. Okay, in this sample. Okay, to be playing sound. So note start, this means this sample will be making sound from C1. Okay, C1 being at the neutral position. Okay, yeah, and then after C1 it will be shifting sound. Okay, semitone wise. Okay, and from C1 it will be shifting semitone wise all the way up to C5. Okay, and C5 is 84. Yeah, note end is C5. Yeah, note start means C1, and note end means C5. Yeah, this note start is the actual sound. Okay, no shifting sound. Okay, actual sound. And here important thing is this. Okay, if you set this note start and note end as a range of notes, this pitch start should be 0 semitones. Okay, this note start 36, this should be 0 semitones shifting. Okay, this note C1 note should not be shifting. Okay, this should be the actual sound of our sample. Okay, so here 0 pitch start. Okay, note start, and this note pitch will also start from 0 semitones. Okay, and from here onwards it will be increasing the sound semitone wise. Okay, so here attack, decay, sustain, release. Okay, like that you can change as per your need. Okay, attack, decay, like that. Okay, I have already shown you attack, decay, sustain, release. Yeah, like that the sound has changed. Yeah, so you can change this ADSR envelope of this sample as per your need. Okay, what type of sound you want, as per that you can change. Yeah, so now let us move to another important function. Okay, this obey note offs. Okay, and this should be turned on. Okay, and tick this obey note offs all the time. Okay, in this piano synth case. Okay, because as soon as we release the piano note, we want the sound to be off. Okay, just see here. Yeah, now if we decrease this range, and if we if I make this release to release the sound abruptly. Yeah, and if I press C1, it is making sound. Yeah, if I press C1 and I release C1 note, the sound would come to end abruptly. Okay, yeah, just note here. Okay, yeah, it is having some sustained. Yeah, but if I press and leave, the sound will come to end, okay, because of this function. Yeah, if I untick this, even if I release this note, the sound will be playing at its full duration. Okay, so this simply means up to the time you are pressing the note, the sound will be played, and as soon as you release the note in your keyboard, the sound will come to end. Okay, and here max voices is by default, okay, in piano case. So yes, this is all about piano synth in REASAMPLOMATIC, okay, for single sample. Now let us look at multi-sample here. Here I have 4 instances of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin, yeah, and in first instance I have used C1 note, okay, the C1 note sound, okay, and in second instance of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin I am using the C2 note sound, okay, C2 one shot audio sample, okay, and here in third instance of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin I have used C3, okay, third octave sound, okay, third octave C note sound, okay, one shot sound, okay, and here I have the fourth octave C note sound, okay, and here if you see settings, it is like this, okay, mode note semitone shifted, okay, as in this first case, okay, we want sound to be shifting semitone wise, okay, so volume is maximum, okay, we are not decreasing or increasing. Minimum volume, we want this piano sound to be velocity sensitive, okay, so all the way to the down, okay, here this, yeah, and note start. Now this is important, okay, note start and note end. Now just see here, this C1 means the C note first octave, okay, I have a MIDI keyboard from C1 to C5, yeah, so I'm setting this C1 audio sample only from C1 to B1, okay, only to the first octave of C1 note, okay, so note start will be C1 36 and note end will be up to B1, okay, C1 and B1, yeah, from here to here, this is the range I have set, okay, and this is the actual sound, okay, actual octave sound, okay, this sample. So from here onwards it will be the sound will be shifting semitone wise, okay, up to B1, and any other notes will not be making sound, okay, yeah, only from C1 to B1 sound will be making sound, okay, let's see. Sound is shifting semitone wise, okay, from C1 to B1. This is important, okay, and yes, this is important, and this note start and this pitch start, okay, of this starting note 0 semitone, okay, this is very important, okay, and yes, obey note of this should be ticked, okay, and max voices set it to default, okay. Now let us look here in the second instance of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin. I have used here C2 note, okay, and here C2 note sound starts from here, okay, I want sound to start from here, so I'm setting the start range here, okay, because if you don't set this start range from here and when you press the keyboard key, this much latency will be having, okay, we don't want that, so we want sound to be playing immediately as soon as we press the keyboard key, okay, so start from the sound region immediately, okay, this is the start range, start bar, okay, and this is the end bar, okay, this means up to this much range sound only it will be taking into consideration, okay, you can put here also, okay, and you can modify your ADSR envelope, and here other thing are same, okay, but here this note start and note end, this is different, okay. Now from C1 to B1 we have already done in this case, okay, yeah, C1 to B1, yeah, it is set in this first instance of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin. Now from C2 to B2 will be setting in this second instance of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin. Okay, C2 to B2. Okay, so the second octave. Okay, and simply we have set this. Okay, C2 to B2. This is C2 to B2. Yeah. We have set the range. Okay, and pitch start is 0. Okay, for this starting note. This C2 will be making the actual octave sound. Okay, the original sound of this C2 sound. Okay, this no shifting sound. Okay, the actual sample sound. Okay, and you can modify this ADSR envelope as per your need. Yeah, and just tick this. Okay, obey note offs. Okay, and max voices you can leave this by default. Yeah, and now let us look at the third instance of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin. Now I have set the start range from here. Okay, not from all the way beginning. Okay, if I put here this start bar range, we will be having this much latency. Okay, when the key is pressed, we don't want that to happen. Okay, we want the sound to be produced immediately as soon as we press our MIDI keyboard. Okay, so start range is this. Okay, you can zoom and be more precise. Okay, okay, here it is fine. You can just drag and bring it closer like that. Okay, yeah, and we have set this range from note start C3. Now the third octave. Yeah, C3 to B3. Yeah, C3 to B3, the same thing. Okay, and here 0. Okay, and velocity sensitive. Okay, obey note off is ticked. Okay, same thing. Okay, and the fourth instance of this REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin is from C4 to C5. Okay, so in this way I have covered the full octave. Okay, every notes in my MIDI keyboard. Okay, and I have made a synth. Okay, a piano synth. Okay, just using 4 samples. Okay, and it is sounding amazing. Okay, I was not expecting of this good sound. Okay, but sound is very good. This is from the high octave. Okay, the sound is coming very nice. Octave samples. This is the highest octave sound. Yeah, it is nice. And the lowest octave sound, very nice. Okay, so these all are playing together now. Okay, it is not that only one instance is playing. You have ticked all. Okay, so all these instances of REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin are playing together. Okay, and making this one piano synth. Okay, this will be making sound as per the protocol we have set here, okay, and this will be making sound as per the protocol we have set here, okay, and this will also be playing sound as per the protocol we have set in their individual instances, okay. So if I take all and play, every will be playing sound, okay, together as per the protocols we have set, okay. So this is all about this piano case 2, yeah. Okay, now let us look at the portamento in this piano case 2, okay. So I have set this portamento to 180 milliseconds, okay, in every, okay, and this portamento will act per instance wise, okay, per this REASAMPLOMATIC5000 plugin instance wise, okay, and I have here 4 instances, okay, and this will affect to only this, okay, and this will be affecting only to this instance, okay, and this will be affecting to only this instance, and this will be affecting to only this instance, okay. So you have to be careful in this, okay. So from C1 to B1 this portamento will be working, okay, and here from C2 to B2 this portamento will be working, okay, and here from C3 to B3 this portamento will be working, and here from C4 to C5 this portamento will be working, okay. So this is how portamento will work in this scenario, yeah. And the transition between octaves, yeah, they are also having nice transition, okay, from C1 to C4, okay. And the sound is also having a good transition, okay, from C1 to C4, okay. For example, if I'll be playing here, just see here, this is B1, okay, this is C2, and this is D2, yeah. So they are having a smooth transition, okay. Okay, now let us listen the sound quality while the sound will transition from one octave to another. Okay, as I'm using 4 samples to create this piano synth, yeah, in this REASAMPLOMATIC5000. Yeah, so each octave sound transition will be testing. Okay, here from octave 1 to octave 2, yeah, from octave 2 to octave 3, from octave 3 to octave 4, and from octave 4 to octave 5. Yeah, so simply here in my keyboard I have 4 octaves. Okay, so I am going from first octave to fourth octave. Okay, and that octave will be recognized by this A1. A1 means first octave. Okay, 1, and A2 means second octave. Okay, A3 third octave, A4 fourth octave. Okay, it will be recognized like this. Okay, and the alphabet inside bracket will represent the note name. Okay, and the alphabet outside the bracket are simply my sample file name. Okay, and we'll be looking at all of the octaves. Okay, one by one. So first we'll be looking at this. Okay, the sound transition from first octave to second. Yeah, and now let us listen the sound from the actual synth from which I took out this sample. And our this, yeah. Now let us hear another. This. Okay, this is the transition from second octave to third octave. Okay, now the original synth sound. Yeah, now this. Now the final. Yeah, our last key was only C5. Okay, so there is no sound for above C5. Yeah, so above C5 sound is not playing. In this synth, this D5 will be playing. Okay, So these are the difference between the two cases. Okay, one piano synth made by sample, okay, and the real piano synth. Okay, here this.